Hello, my Ignite Fitness family. Welcome back to day 3 of our 7-day yoga challenge. Today's flow is all about taking our time, using our control, and really sustaining our poses today. We're going to take time to flood our muscles with oxygen, really working our pranayama, our breath work through the entire practice. All you need for today's practice is water on hand and a mat for underneath. If you are a beginner or new to yoga and you have a yoga block, you can bring those for give some cues throughout the practice, or a rolled up blanket for a little bit of extra support. Let's begin, guys. Everybody join me in easy seat when you're ready. So crisscrossing the legs and placing the hands gently upon the knees. You can keep your eyes open, or if you feel comfortable, you can join me and close your eyes as we find our breath. Drawing awareness to our breath. Today we're going to try and utilize our Ujjayi breath. So inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. If at any point this feels too constricting to you, you can stick with regular inhales through the nose and exhales through the mouth. Take a moment to check in with your posture, drawing the belly button towards the spine and elongating the spine, keeping the shoulders pulled down from the ears. The back is active, heart is open. Beautiful. And let's slowly begin to open our eyes, and when you're ready, join me in tabletop. So taking the hands stacked under the shoulders, knees stacked under the hips. Drawing that belly button in tight towards the spine so we create a nice flat back. The gaze is just out in front of the fingertips. Inhale and exhale through the nose. And on our next inhale, we're going to round our back for cat. And exhale, cow. Taking the gaze all the way up towards the sky. Tail to the sky, nose to the sky. Inhale, round. Moving slow, finding that control right from the get-go. Two more. Last one. Beautiful. Draw the big toes together. Open up the knees. Let's sink our bum towards our heels and walk our arms out for child's pose. If you can't bring your forehead all the way down to the mat, this is a great time to use a yoga bolster and just place it below your forehead or your rolled up blanket for a little extra support for supported child's pose. Take your time to really settle into this position, warming up the hips, lengthening the arms, keeping them active by pressing the palms into the mat. From here, we'll plant those palms, come on up, tuck the toes. We're going to press back into our first down dog of the practice. So pike those hips up towards the sky, pressing the heels into the earth. Begin by walking the dog. Take your gaze in between the legs, keeping active through all 10 fingers, all 10 toes. As we walk it out, finding a little bit of length through the back of the leg, the posterior chain of the body. We'll pause and find our stillness here. Drawing that chest toward the top of the thigh. Staying with our Ujjayi breath. next exhale, look through the hands and slowly walk the feet to meet the wrists. Forward fold. We're going to inhale, half lift. So taking the back flat. If you need to take the hands to the calf, the front of the shin, or just above and hold on to the thigh, that's great. And then we'll exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And we'll exhale, fold it one more time. This time we're going to inhale, sweep our arms back. Exhale, swoosh all the way up to standing. Taking our hands above our head, allowing the gaze to follow. You can stay here or you can come into a slight back bend, opening up the heart. Releasing the rectus abdominis muscles. And we'll draw our hands in together through prayer, coming into our mountain pose. Feet hip width apart, palms facing outward, belly drawn in tight. Stand proud. Coming back to those inhales. And let's sweep the arms all the way up towards the sky, swan diving it back down. Coming back to that forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold it down. Option to step or hop the feet back into high plank. We're going to hold here. Draw that belly button in tight. Inhaling strength and exhaling any doubt you're carrying. You are capable of so much more than you think you are. Breathe. And from here, we're going to bend our elbows. Option to come to the belly for cobra or exhale through chaturanga to up dog. Hooking those toes, pressing back into downward facing dog. Coming back to our stillness. On the next inhale, lift the right leg up into three-legged dog, driving that bottom heel into the mat. We're going to bend and flex, bend the hip, flex the foot, opening up. We'll straighten back into three-legged dog. And from here, we're going to take that leg, bringing it all the way behind us, coming in to a wild thing. Beautiful, finding that length through the body, strengthening everything out. You can keep the back leg bent, or if it feels good, you can straighten it and come into full wild thing, extending through that entire lateral side body. Beautiful, planting the foot. We're going to sweep that leg back up into three-legged dog before swishing it all the way through to seated pigeon. We're going to take a moment to walk ourselves through pigeon today. So we've got the active leg, the stretching leg, bent in front of us. Now everybody has different hip mobility, different mobility in their knee joint as well. So the goal is to have the leg more parallel, but wherever you are able to keep both hip bones facing the front while feeling that stretch through the glute muscle is where you need to be. So don't push yourself. We want to stay with proper alignment through these poses. Inhale here. Beautiful. Breathe. And you can stay here if this is where your practice takes you today, or you can slowly begin to walk it down, coming into full pigeon. Bringing the forehead to the mat or resting on your hands. Keeping those hips parallel. visualize where you're sending that oxygen, which muscles are receiving the oxygen that you're taking in. Send it there. We'll slowly walk ourselves out of this. Planting the hands, we're going to press back into our high plank and holding here. Again, proud plank, inhaling that strength, exhaling the toe. Bending the elbows, coming through to either cobra or pressing into our chaturanga to up dog. Tucking those toes, pressing back, downward facing dog. Driving those heels towards the mat, chest to upper thigh. On your next exhale, lifting the left foot towards the sky, three-legged dog. Driving that heel into the mat, flexing the foot, bending the knee. We're going to open up the hip and straighten back up to three-legged dog. And from here, we're going to bend that hip once again, coming all the way through to wild thing pose, keeping the leg bent, or you can go full wild thing and point the toe. It's okay if you shake a little. I'm shaking too. Beautiful. Planting that foot, kicking it all the way back up through three-legged dog before drawing it through to our seated pigeon. Taking that hip forward. And it is completely normal, guys, to have more mobility on one side than the other. That's okay. Where we are in our practice is different every day. Finding that parallel hip placement. Both hip bones are facing the front of the room. Option to stay here, or you can slowly begin to walk it down for a full pigeon. We'll slowly press out of this, planting the hands on the mat, stepping back through high plank. This time lowering straight into cobra or through chaturanga to up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, press back, downward dog. Drawing the chest to the upper thigh. Time we'll inhale, lift the right leg up towards the sky, and we're going to draw that knee all the way through, stepping it forward, keeping the hands on the mat. As you turn that back foot on a 45-degree angle, we're going to sweep the arms and press up through strong warrior one, keeping again the hip bones facing the front of the room. Arms are up, biceps by the ears, shoulders pull down the spine. Knee is at a 90-degree angle. Beautiful. Holding strong here. Lovely. From here we're going to find our balance on our front foot. Shift our hips forward, coming in to warrior three. balance pose here. So take your time. Option your arms in prayer. You can do airplane out at the side, or you can go full warrior and extend them overhead. Beautiful. And we'll shift back to our warrior one. Love it, guys. Turning the hips forward. We're going to take our arms behind our back, interlacing our fingers to open up the heart, shine it towards the sky, and hinge our hips forward, bringing the inside of the thigh to the outside of the right shoulder, humble warrior. Option to stay here, or you can come through and bind, taking the right arm under the right leg, sweeping it up and interlacing those arms behind the hip. Breathing here. You can release the bind. Coming through, planting the hands onto the mat, stepping back through our high plank pose. Once again, exhaling down for cobra, or pressing through chaturanga to up dog. Keeping those back legs active, glutes engaged, press up and back for downward facing dog. Beautiful. On your next exhale, let's lift the left leg up towards the sky. Beautiful. Sweeping it all the way through, planting that foot, turning the back leg out on the 45-degree angle. We're going to take our arms behind us and sweep them up for our strong and proud warrior one. Everything is active. The back leg is active. The front leg is active in a 90-degree angle. Soft knees. Sinking a little lower into that front knee. Beautiful. Drawing our hands towards our chest. We're going to press up into our warrior three. And again, taking the arms wherever you feel most confidence in your balance. It may take a second. Find your drishti, your focal point. And we'll step it back, warrior one. From here, we'll interlace our fingers behind our back, shine that heart towards the sky, and we'll slowly take it forward, bringing the outside of the left arm to the inside of the left knee, humble warrior, extending those arms behind you. And option to stay here, or you can take your bind, taking the arm under the thigh, interlacing the arms at the back. Back leg stays active, belly drawn in, and we breathe. Beautiful. Release the hands, plant the hands towards the mat, coming back through our high plank. This time we're going to press back into downward dog. Finding our stillness here. Option two, hop or step the feet forward, looking through the hands. For your next exhale, inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, sweep the arms and come all the way up through standing. Drawing the hands to heart center. We're going to step the feet nice and wide here. Taking our hands to our hips, we're going to open the heart, look towards the sky, and slowly begin to hinge our hips forward for wide-legged forward fold. Taking the hands down to the mat, grab the opposing elbows and come into a little ragdoll stretch. Just rock it side to side. Nice and slow, easy. Breathing deep into the muscles, giving the body what it needs, what it's asking for. Space, oxygen, love. Quiet. Find some steadiness on the mat, planting the hands. This time, I would like you to take the palm of your hand and place it under your foot so the toes are touching the wrist. If this is not quite in your practice today, you can just keep the hands placed on the mat. This is just going to take us a little deeper into that stretch, the back of the hamstrings, coming into the calf muscles. Sink in a little deeper. Exhale. Release the wrists. Coming in to grab the big toes, and we're just going to pull ourselves forward. It's an option. This is more of an active stretch. We're engaging the muscle to pull it a little bit deeper. Only going to where it feels good, where you feel slight sensation but no pain. It's supposed to feel good to the body, loving to the body. Beautiful. Release the hands to the mat, pressing into the mat. We're going to push ourselves up, coming up very slowly. The head is the last thing to come up, so drawing the chin toward the chest, taking our time here. Let's turn the toes out and give a nice big inhale up. And we'll exhale the arms down. One more time like that. Beautiful. Tuck that back leg and come into a seated position on your mat. Taking the legs out in front of you. We're going to inhale the arms all the way up towards the sky and sticking with that forward fold. We're going to fold our feet in. Or sorry, not our feet, our upper body towards our feet. I love this one. Seated forward fold because it works the entire posterior chain, so your back is stretching as well as the back of your legs. It feels so lovely on the body. Taking your hand to the opposite side of the leg, so whether it's at your calf or at your foot, we're just going to come into a little upper back twist. And on the other side. Back active, belly engaged. And we'll release and fold it forward one more time. Coming up nice and slow, we're going to bring the feet together, soles of the feet into butterfly, opening up the hips, the inner thighs. Drawing the belly button in, give yourself a little wiggle so both sits bones are pressed into the mat. Engage through that spine, lengthen, 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 and then slowly begin to fold it forward. lower ourselves down on our back towards the mat. Let's draw the knees in towards the chest to our favorite little back massage. A little hug of our knees, expressing gratitude to our body for carrying us through this practice. And when you're ready, you can slowly release the legs. And meeting in Shavasana. You can 9/10 close the eyes. Close them completely. Let the knees roll open. Let the feet separate. Relax the belly. You don't have to hold it in anymore. Relax the shoulders and sink them in towards the mat. Take the hands wherever they feel comfortable. They can stay by your side. They can rest on your tummy, your pelvis. And just take a moment to sit in gratitude. Thanking your body, thanking your mind, thanking your spirit. Embracing the endorphins in your body right now, flooded with oxygen. Take a moment to just be with yourself in the quiet, connecting with who you are as you are. Being proud of yourself for showing up, for doing something good for you and your body today, for your mind, for doing something that's just for you. You may stay in Shavasana as long as you want. If you are ready, begin to wiggle the fingers and toes. Invite yourself back into the present body. Slowly flip the eyes open. Roll to your left side and slowly press yourself back up, meeting once again an easy seat. Thank you everyone for joining me in this practice today. I hope it served you well. Don't forget that everything else for our yoga challenge will be on my Facebook page, Ignite Fitness Online. Whenever you're ready, draw the hands towards the heart in prayer. Bring the forehead to the fingertips. The light in me sees the light in you. Namaste. Have a beautiful day, everyone.